This is a study guide for section 3.5. It's on complementary and supplementary angles. They tell you what complementary angles are. They're two angles whose measures add up to 90. Supplementary angles are two angles whose measures add up to 180. So for these exercises, each pair of angles is either complementary or supplementary. Find the value of x in each figure. Well, if you look at these two little angles, they make this big right angle. So these are definitely complementary angles. In number 2, you have two angles that make a line. That's a straight angle. There's 180 degrees in a straight angle. So these angles are supplementary. Number 3, there's no way for you to tell what kind of angle relationship these have. We haven't studied this yet, so we're going to get to it eventually. We're just going to cross this out for right now. But if you had to pick one, that's an acute angle and that's an obtuse angle. Could they be complementary? They can't be. If you got an acute and an obtuse, and they're telling you it's either going to add to 90 or 180, that's got to add to 180. Number 4 looks exactly like number 1. It's two little angles that make a right angle, so these are complementary angles. Number 5 looks just like number 2. Two angles that make a line, so they're supplementary. Number 6 just looks like number 1 and 4. Two angles that make a right angle. Now that you've classified all of these, you can actually model this situation with an equation. For example, little plus little equals big, remember. So if they're complementary angles, add the two little ones together, they add up to 90. We'll subtract 15 from both sides. You end up with x is 75. So that was a really easy one. Same thing with number 2. Now these are supplementary. So x and 20 are your two little angles. They add up to 180 because they're supplementary. Subtract 20 from both sides. So your big obtuse angle there is 160 degrees. Okay, remember we're skipping number 3. 4, 5, and 6, the algebra is a little bit messier, but the concept's the same. 5x minus 9 and 6x. Those are your little angles, and we know they add up to 90. Combine your like terms, positive 5x, positive 6x. Add 9 to both sides. Divide by 11. You would do number 6 exactly the same way, except now you're going to have 4 terms on the left side instead of 3. Okay, so your equation should look like this. 4x plus 3, x minus 8. Together, when you add those, you get 90. You guys try this one on your own. Number 5, your two angles are supplementary. So make sure you put 180 there. They make a line. Okay, you can solve that equation yourself too. Number 7 and 8 are very similar, so maybe we'll just do number 7 together. If the measure of angle P is 28, angle R and angle P are supplementary. Let's just stop there. If angle P is 28 degrees, and angle R is supplementary with it, what would angle R be? Take 28 away from 180. So you know angle R is 152 degrees. Okay, now angle P, remember, is still 28. Angle T and angle P are complementary. So that's a different relationship. That means they add to 90. So what adds with 28 to give you 90? (52) and 28. 62, how about that? 62 and 28 give you 90. We know angle T is 62 degrees. Angle Z and angle T are complementary. So that means angle Z is 28, because together they add up to 90. Find the measure of angle R. We already did. It's 152. Find the measure of angle T. 62. Find the measure of angle Z. 28. Okay, so number 8 probably isn't as similar as I was thinking. We'll just read over it and maybe write the equation. If angle S and angle G are supplementary, then that means that these two angles that we have measures for add up to 180. Find x and the measure of each angle. So 6x plus 10, 15x plus 23 are supplementary angles. Add them, set them equal to 180.